What's going on, y'all? Back with another week of predictions. I did my predictions live on Twitch, so y'all hit the link in the description if y'all want to catch live reactions and other things of that nature when I'm on Twitch going live. Link is in the description. I'm gonna just walk y'all through recapping of the conference championships. I guess I touched on the Pro Bowl a little bit. It's really not much to talk about there, but recapping on conference championships. It's been 2 weeks now, and then I did the predictions a little different this week. So y'all will see that as we get to that portion of that part, get to that portion of the video. But like I said, just get started with recapping Bengals versus Chiefs. Really good game, down to the wire. This has been a really competitive playoffs outside of the wild card round. It's been a really good playoffs. Joe, Burrow and Mixon did their thing, came back. T. Higgins went for 6 catches, 103 yards, averaging 17 yards per catch. That's pretty crazy. Samaje Perine did pretty well on screens. Jamar Chase wasn't extremely active. Seems like the Chiefs had a pretty solid game plan against him, but 54 yards and a touchdown off of 6 receptions. Not too bad. As actually, I would assume the opposite. Jamar Chase would be the one with the 100, and T would be the one with the 54. But all good. Tyler Boyd, 4 catches for 19 yards. And with the Chiefs, just let down, man. Pat Mahomes with 2 interceptions, 275 for 3 touchdowns. Jerick McKinnon, he seemed like a really good addition to their team, like going into the playoffs, like the whole playoff run. He was pretty solid. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I think they could. Clyde is not bad, but I think they could use another running back, if I'm being honest. Like just another one. Honestly, I would draft one in the earlier rounds, maybe second. You can go ahead and find the gym, like how the Niners did with Elijah Mitchell. They out there. Just gotta pick them right. But I think they could use another running back. Not saying replace Clyde, but add somebody else in there. Definitely. Travis Kelce, 10 catches for 95 yards. Tyreek 8, 7 for 78. McCole got him 52 yards and a touchdown. It was a solid game from the Chiefs. They played well, just not well enough up to the end. So with 21 points going into the half, and then after that they scored 3 points. That was it. And I think that happened in the first matchup with the Chiefs and Bengals. Really good offense by the Chiefs, but really good defense by the Bengals in the second half. It was the same thing in the second game. In the first game, actually, they only scored 3 points in the first half. The second half of the first game. God dang. So we got 49ers versus Rams. Jimmy G. Niners played their hearts out, man. Solid game. I don't have too much negative to say at all. Rams did a good job stopping the run. Debo only had 26 yards off of 7 carries. Elijah Mitchell only had 20 yards, averaging 1.8 yards per carry. Debo did decent in the pass game, 72 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. Brandon Ayuk put up 69. Elijah with 50, and George Kittle only 2 catches for 27 yards. It was a pretty tough game, somewhat of a defensive game. Matt Stafford 337, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Cam Akers has 48 rushing yards. Sonny Michel pretty much shut down, 16 yards, averaging 1.6 yards to carry. Cooper Kupp and Odell just looked like the dynamic duo, looked elite. Both putting up 100 yards. Cooper 142 with 2 touchdowns. They just both out there shining, man. It's gonna be a tough matchup in my opinion for the Bengals defensive backcourt. So we're gonna see how that all plays out. Pro Bowl, I really don't have too much to say about the Pro Bowl. The reaction is on YouTube, but I don't got too much to say about Pro Bowl. It was entertaining. It had its highlights. From watching the highlights, I didn't watch the whole thing. I feel like watching the whole thing probably would have been a little boring because it's not really meant to be competitive. It's meant for them to go out there and have fun, try to win some money, and just entertain. But yeah, it was cool. I don't really got too much to say. Reaction is up on the YouTube channel, so we're gonna end this there. Continuation of the video will just be my predictions and how that video played out. And I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Subscribe, enjoy, stay tuned, stay blessed. So the plan is today to do predictions live. We'll see how long this takes. Maybe an hour. Because normally when I do them offline, it takes about that long, at least. Okay, where we at? There you go. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'll let y'all know right now. I'm leaning towards the Rams. What's up, Hayden? What's up, Antonio? Right now, I'm leaning towards the Rams. So this stream is going to be that's my prediction right now. I'm sticking with the Rams. This is gonna have to. I gotta see enough today, and I'm gonna try to argue with myself to see how could the Bengals pull this out, if possible. You know, so we're gonna see. I'm gonna watch everything I need to. I'm gonna look into stats. I'm gonna try to get a detailed analysis and try to break down as much as I can to determine, you know, how can the Bengals pull this out, and if the Rams definitely will win, how would they pull it out? But right now, you know, I'm looking at pass rush. Joe Burrow got sacked with 9 times last game. They allowed, I think, the most sacks in the league, if I'm not mistaken. I think I heard that part on the radio. Rams, we know what type of defensive line they have. We know the type of secondary they have. They got some guys out there. They got Jalen Ramsey, of all people. You know what I'm saying? Offensively, they got everything that they need. Offensively, I think Bengals are more of a high-powered offense, but I think the Rams are a more efficient offense, and I think they're not too far from each other anyways. But we're gonna see, man. Defensively though, Bengals are slept on, honestly, defensively. But let's see. So I got Joe Shiesty.
Welcome to the OG Jungle, Who Day, fitting the Cincinnati Bengals.
All right, let's see.
Will try and win their first Super Bowl ever in Los Angeles, isn't it?
Crazy how we get back-to-back Super Bowls in cities, you know, who the home team is playing in. It's pretty wild.
Throwback home game when you think about it.
McPherson and Cincinnati.
Bengals' third trip to the Super Bowl. I like Joe, but I got the Rams. They got more experience and defense. Agree with that, man. Definitely. Matt Stafford, and it's crazy. Look, you got the home team is in the Super Bowl, and then in the Super Bowl with the first year that they have their quarterback, and they went all in. You know what I mean? It's pretty wild. Pretty like Rams just replicated the formula of the Buccaneers in a sense. Just went all in.
Back-to-back years at home.
Super Bowl in Arizona next season. Imagine that. Rams' 5th trip to the Super Bowl. It may sound dumb, but Bengals are overrated. I ain't gonna lie, man. They did what they need to get to this point. Now, the thing is gonna hurt them is that they start off late. So they start off slow. They catch back up, you know. It's not all the time, but they have a tendency of it, man. So in this game, you gotta come out with a game plan. I mean, it could help you, but against a team like the Rams, I don't know, because you saw what happened with the Buccaneers. Buccaneers almost came back, but I don't think the Bengals are. I don't know if I say the Bengals are better than the Buccaneers, you know, because again, playoffs are about matchup. It's one game and you're done. So if you match up with the wrong team, it's one game and you're done. So.
At half, but maybe they should have gotten Queen to join.
Correct, the 2018 Pro Bowl.
Could very well
I could probably do that for a throwback video one of these days. I know this ain't important at all, but why? Joe Mixon and Joe Burrow look the same height. Ain't Joe 6'3" and Joe 6'1"? At least listed, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like they broke down the Chiefs. You know, they broke them down. The Rams are a tougher team to break down, man, defensively. Much better team than the Chiefs defensively, so I don't know.
Ramsey versus Chase, key Super Bowl matchup #1 to watch.
Great defense, but you can make a play, though. You know what I mean?
If I had to choose, man,
you gotta finish this game, all right? For real.
I would take Ramsey. If money was on the line,
it tees things up for Higgins.
T dangerous too. It's like, so that's gonna be part of the game plan. What do you do with those two receivers? And then they still have Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd is a threat in the slot. How do you manage that? You know, you can put Ramsey on what's my guy? Jamar Chase. Put Ramsey on Jamar Chase and then double T Higgins. And that's hard to even trust. Who's the other starting cornerback for the Rams? You know what I mean? He still needed a nice guy on T Higgins, but it's gonna be tough. Darius Williams gonna stop Higgins. Okay. Ramsey struggles against shifty and fast receivers. I'm aware of that, but I'm aware that, you know, most taller corners have trouble with shiftier receivers, but we'll see. We're gonna see what's real in this matchup, man. When it come down to it, and the reason why I got more faith in Ramsey because he in his prime and Jamar's a rookie. Now Jamar had a prime season as a rookie, but it's the knowledge that's there. You know what I'm saying? The wisdom, the I can't think of the word, but the experience really. Who do I think needs to win this game more? Bengals only won 5 games last year, so imagine if they lost and LA went all out getting players and building this team. I think LA needs to win it more because they win it all in. The Bengals are full of young players. They made them a nice run. So it's going to be tougher next year if they don't win, but they're full of young players and they're top 3 in cap space. So they can make them a run right back at it if they, really want to do it that bad. They got the money to do what they need to.
Higgins and Tyler Boyd allow them to adapt. They were down 21-3 as the half was winding down against Kansas City. They went to a quick pass approach in the second half. Joe Cool 2.0 may have finished the game under 7 yards per attempt, but he went 14 for 19 with 2 TDs for the game on quick throws.
Pass across the middle. Higgins trying to buy some room. He's got the first down and a whole lot more. Picked up an extra 10 or 11 yards once he turned it upfield.
That quick pass approach may be vital against
They're going to miss
Rams,
CJ.
and that's because there would appear to be a massive mismatch in the trenches. Burrow was the most sacked QB in football.
So he did lead the league in sacks. Okay.
That porous Bengals O-line now lines up against LA's 3-headed sack dragon that helped LA finish in the Bob's 50 Burger Club in 2021.
I ran around, he was just like, low. I did this right there. I'm like, oh, y'all boys.
Cincinnati fans, you're like, bro, what do we care about sacks? The Titans dragged down Joe by his jersey number, and we won. He's had a couple 5-sack games with ratings over 120.
It's crazy.
He fared well all year against the blitz and pressure.
So Joe Cool is why they call him Joe Cool. Even under pressure, it's still good.
Our house fans, the crack in his play, postseason heat. His rating has dropped to the mid-80s against the blitz in the playoffs and by 50 points against pressure.
Oh, wow. 40.
Looks downfield.
Wow.
He is picked by Snead.
So he's been struggling against pressure in the playoffs.
Cincinnati's best lineman, according to Pro Football Focus. Yet he gave up more sacks than any other Bengal, allowed more pressures.
From the gun. Backs it up under pressure.
Left tackle. So who's rushing from the right side? On the rushing from the right. That's Vaughn. Oh man, so he gonna have his hands full.
Balls loose, picked up by the Raiders at the 40, 35, 30.
Against Kansas City, Burrow only met the turf once. The quick snap to throw time helped, and so did the fact the Chiefs were not a team with many sack artists. The Rams have plenty. Williams will be in for a lot of Leonard Floyd and Von Miller.
Yeah, he gonna have his hands full.
Von Miller.
And the interior of their line will be dealing with that AD guy.
Yeah.
If LA's defense, for some reason,
The line who allowed the most sacks all season is about to play against the best defensive lineman in the NFL. It's gonna be tough.
doesn't hurry Burrow, Chase can escape Ramsey like Mike Evans was able to do a few times, then look out for the air raid the Bengals can unleash. Burrow led the NFL in completion percentage and yards per attempt.
If Jamar Chase can work, man, if he can still manage to cook Ramsey.
Combo is attributable in part to Chase being a yak monster.
This dude already solidified himself in the regular season, but in the Super Bowl, I don't know. Really ain't gonna be too many.
The Rams
Can't be too many limitations to place on him no more.
Samuel, a little bit like Burrow and Chase in some ways. They both ranked high this year in yards per completion and yards after the catch. Debo scored on them 72 yards and a TD.
Difference is the Bengals have a much deeper receiving core than the Niners, in my opinion.
But just 4 catches on 7 receptions. They held Garoppolo well under his yards per completion average.
When you get pressure in his face, there goes Reeder right there, and
He had a chance to undercut that ball and make a play on it.
The Rams did allow a high completion percentage this season, but they were strong when it came to yards per completion allowed. Combined with their pass rush, Burrow may need
Greg Gaines is underrated. I've heard Mike Hilton gonna get burned by Cook.
And nearly picked by Ramsey.
Yeah, they got some solid DBs, but I don't know if they got anybody like that for real. You know,
the Chiefs were to his 2 primary running backs.
a lot of checkdowns. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Deep down the middle of the field. Uzama makes the catch.
They're going to handful with Cooper Kupp and Odell. Still got Van. Like I said, I trust the Rams defense a lot more than I trust the Bengals defense, but they didn't got them far, honestly. Bengals defense, they done their thing this year.
His performance against the Chiefs reflective of his 2021. He might
So Mike is like that.
Yard a carry type guy, but he sprinkles in some nice runs that keeps defenses just off balance enough.
I don't even pay attention to yards per carry for Joe Mixon. That's a nice running back. That is, he's up there, top 10, arguably top 5.
Plenty athletic enough to take off too. Saw it against the Chiefs. Key runs as well, 5 yards per.
Matt Stafford got some wheels too, honestly, if we be honest.
The Rams are not an easy team to run on. Weren't for the year, nothing's changed in the playoffs.
Mitchell in the backfield, Greg Gaines, a loss of 1.
Bengals offense, second least penalized this year. Flags weren't a problem against KC. Turnovers, 1 in each of their last 2 games.
It's intercepted. Hooker on a deflection, right off of T-Ride's hands, and Hooker is able to snatch it.
Rams defense, takeaways in every game since week 10, playoffs included.
Disaster.
Wow.
My goodness, you can't
Wow.
make that
That's an
mistake.
interesting stat right there.
Kyler Murray. Wow.
Let's go! Let's go!
LA played good defense in the red zone, but they weren't anything special this season forcing punts, or when it came to points per game allowed. Gave up 21 and 28 in their last 2, respectively.
I'm gonna miss Brady, man. If we don't come back this season, because how the Rams just turned up they roster.
Skills explain why they were 8th in points per game at
I'm
27.1.
gonna miss the competitiveness.
Yet they were just 16th on 3rd down and in the red zone. Don't need to be quite as good at those when you can score from anywhere on the field.
Throws downfield for a wide open Boyd. Catches at the 30. Great jump cut. Back toward the middle of the field to the 10.
So if you go by the law of averages and you get the Bengals to 24
Rams have
or
a super
so
team.
points, can they hold Matthew Stafford and company
only face
under
injured
that?
teams. We'll see.
Really, can they hold Cooper Kupp in check?
Matt
They're not
Stafford,
the only
hey,
one
I've
who
seen Matt
watches
Stafford take off a little bit, man. I ain't gonna lie. I think it was in the last game. I seen him take off a few times, and I'm like, okay, I see Matt. Matt ain't fast, but he be moving. You know, like he covered ground.
play and keeps blurting. How in the world is he so wide open over and over again?
Stafford, end zone, Kupp. He's got it. Touchdown Rams.
Cooper Kupp with a
Kupp has to
historic
be
season,
priority
man.
Number 1 for the Bengals. Stafford has been good. Coop has been off the charts. Triple Crown winner, and he's not letting up 140-plus yards in back-to-back games in the postseason.
Stafford, end
He
zone,
gonna be a
Kupp.
tough.
Got it.
Hey,
Touchdown.
I hear you with Mike Hilton, but I don't know. It's gonna be scheme in order to stop Cooper Kupp. They don't have nobody who one-on-one is really gonna match up with Kupp like that. It has to be game plan and scheme. But again, you still have to worry about Odell and Van Jefferson. So, and Odell been doing pretty nice. Odell's been looking like a legit option, like possible number 1 if you want to argue. But very good number 2. Very, very good number 2.
The Bengals don't have a big-name corner like LA does. They
You said it's gonna be a
Tyreek
blowout.
Hill from breaking free and going nuts.
Rams are boom or
If they could
bust.
hold Kupp to under 80 yards in
I
one
agree.
score, that would be a win.
To the end zone. Oh, what a catch. It is caught for the touchdown.
Tyreek had 7 for
Rams
78.
number 2,
That's
though,
good.
Showed up to play versus the Niners as well.
And a touchdown.
OBJ also broke the century mark, so takes more than one good corner to deal with the Rams' passing attack.
Here is Beckham. Found a hole in this defense and another completion to Odell Beckham, this time for 26.
And Stafford consistently uses his tight ends too. Tyler Higbee got hurt, but Kendall Blanton stepped in and filled his shoes nicely.
We'll toss back
Oh, yeah,
to
Blanton didn't do
Stafford
too
and
bad.
throw to Blanton, the tight end.
He was productive.
Down
inside the 20.
Cincinnati's defense is a lot like LA's. They haven't played lockdown D against the pass, sort of average, high completion percentage allowed, low yards per catch allowed though.
Keep tackling and flying around now.
The corners Cup and OBJ will face the most, your next key one-on-one matchups. Eli Apple, Chidobe Awuzie.
Excellent job by Eli Apple. He doesn't bite on it at all. He sits on the route, comes back, gets that right arm in there.
I don't know, man. Like when I hear that Odell Beckham and Cooper Kupp versus Eli Apple and Chidobe Awuzie, I'm taking Odell and Kupp in that matchup, if I'm being honest.
To tip the ball up in the air.
Up top. Intercepted. The pick made by Awuzie.
The key for the Bengals in the end may also be their ability to harass the quarterback.
Pass rush gonna be huge. Oh yeah, Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard.
All three got to Patrick Mahomes, Sam Hubbard and
They
Trey
got some
Hendrickson,
guys.
pressuring him 5 times each as well.
Trey turned out to be a really good pickup for them in the offseason. DJ Reader, he pretty nice too. They got a nice D line. They did a good job there.
It's Hendrickson and Hill combined.
Got some young linebackers too.
Stafford, and the odds go up, you will see him force things or not be able to get enough mustard on his deep throws.
He's picked. No.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable.
Stafford may have gotten away with one and not another. He did throw a pick, but he finished with over 330 yards against the 49ers, 2 TDs, and he was hit 9 times. That's
I've been hearing that. I don't know where else I heard that at, but Stafford deep ball isn't the same. I feel like he got a solid deep ball,
fans,
but
Stafford is the key. He plays well, hard to beat them. 11-0 when he hits 100 rating.
efficiency, man. That's what I have to do.
Play well
Be
when
efficient.
You have time. The Rams line did a solid job protecting him in 2021, 5th lowest pressure percentage allowed.
Hey man, there's nowhere else I'd rather be than in this circle.
5th lowest pressure percentage allowed. Wow.
Right tackle, Rob Havenstein. He didn't have a terrible season, but he gave up 7 sacks. Perspective, the most allowed by anyone this year, 11.
And he sees Stafford, he's got eyes on him, and immediately he comes off of Rob Havenstein, the right tackle.
The Bengals don't blitz much, don't expect them to against LA since Stafford shreds teams that send extra pressure. The Bengals rely on their front 4 most of the time, sometimes their front 3. They would love to repeat their showing against Mahomes when they got to him twice with 3-man pass rushes.
You'll see up top.
The Rams O-line is better than the Chiefs O-line. I think.
Huge play for the Bengals.
X factor on this.
I think we could agree on that.
Also, the run game. LA hasn't really run it well recently. Only 23rd in attempts for the year. Bengals haven't been great stopping ball carriers.
Cam Akers in the game. I heard Aaron say left with a shoulder injury, and he gets half a yard here.
Here is Edwards alive, finding an opening and taking it to the 23-yard line.
Cincinnati also wasn't great this year when it comes to red zone defense, third down defense, or points per game allowed.
Mahomes dancing around, spinning around twice, finds freedom, and in the end zone,
They haven't done well overall.
But they, are
They
in
come
the
up
final
clutch,
game
if I'm being
because
honest.
They were able to come through in some key moments. That's what they'll look for against LA. The unexpected turns in momentum.
is it there? Hill, he's got to beat a defender, and the Bengals make the stop to close out the half.
Cincinnati has created many of those turns via takeaways, 2 in each of their 3 playoff wins.
And it is intercepted on the rebound by Bell.
That was a nice pick.
On Bell. They're at the end.
Good play by Jesse Bates.
The Rams turned it over 4 times against Tampa Bay. Stafford threw the 1 INT versus San Francisco.
Again,
though it should have been 2.
I take Tampa Bay defense over the Bengals defense, if we're honest.
By Ward.
LA isn't penalty prone on this side of the ball, no issues versus the Niners. So kicking games, both are in good feet. Edge goes to the kicker who has multiple nicknames already as a rookie. A kicker with more than 1 nickname.
McPherson and Cincinnati.
Perfect in the playoffs.
To the Super Bowl. Shooter McPherson. Shooter.
Here's Gay from 30 yards out. That's a perfect snap. Good hold. Right down Broadway.
Coaching, well, look at that. Zach is all's growed up already.
I'd kick this field goal, right? And then we get a stop and win the game.
Time for a little apprentice master action, but this is like episode 3.
38 years old, 30. McVay is 36?
Zach Taylor versus Sean McVay.
What?
Let's go. Let's go.
What a chess match this makes for. You'd give McVay the edge.
Hey, I'm looking forward to see how Mike McDaniels turns out for the Dolphins. He was the OC for the Niners. I'm not. And I think he's only 38.
Sort of. He's 36. Taylor 38.
Kicker for the win on Sunday.
In the NFL, two youngest to
I don't know, man.
the Super Bowl.
I kind of see Rams taking it by at least 10 points.
Brady won his first Lombardi.
One possession at least, but
More home field. Bucks did it
we'll
last
see.
year. LA has won both their playoff games at home, but they went 5-3 during the regular season.
And there's the reaction from SoFi Stadium.
Let's go! Let's go!
Bengals beat the number 1 and 2 teams in their house in the postseason, went 5-2 on the road. Okay, 5-3, but the last one didn't count or matter.
We're not done yet. I'm really the best in the league. You know that. Y'all been respected.
Okay, let's try something new. Always fun to stack.
Was that Mike? He said he the best corner in the league.
In the league. You know that. Y'all been respected.
Okay, let's try something new. Always fun to stack Super Bowl teams side by side and pick the one that has the edge by position. This will elicit the most "that's cap" or "come on, bros" or whatever.
It's going right where I want it to every time. Bad news for them.
Okay, quarterback, super tight, going with Burrow, but just barely. Stafford's had some trouble with the deep ball. Again, this is close to a wash. O-line,
Rams.
Nothing to explain here.
Running back.
Backs,
All right,
close one.
I'll take Joe Mixon over Sonny Michel and Cam, but I'll take the Rams' run game overall. If I'm being honest, I feel like their run game is more efficient.
Giving Mixon the slight edge.
Mixon, he's better, but I think as a unit, because it's not gonna be just Joe. As a unit, I'll take the Rams.
Pass catchers, hardest category to choose in my book.
Oh, that is a tough one. I'll probably take the Rams on this one. I'll take the Rams.
I say push, but it's playoff time, so no ties. Fine, Rams because Kupp has been unstoppable.
Kicker.
McPherson's postseason swagger.
Bengals, of course.
D-line, no
Rams, of
question,
course.
LA.
Linebackers, Rams.
tough call.
Oh, he gave it to the Bengals. What do y'all think about that? Samaje Perine and Mixon way better than Michelle and Akers. If I look at, I'm gonna check out yards per carry and see how they did as a team, rushing yards and everything. I'm gonna look into it. What's up, Amore?
Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt take it though. DBs back to the Rams. Ramsey factor tilts it. Coaches, McVay has the better resume and head coaching experience.
Intangibles, Rams.
Intangibles, Rams as well. They're at home, and home teams are still undefeated in the Super Bowl. You, of course, don't have to agree. Break down your takes for the game in the comments section. Predictions included, of course. Here are our
it's gonna
final
be so
10
many
for the
LA
year.
fans in that stand.
NFL.com writer Kevin Patra was our pick king this year. Fellow
Wow, so they picked the Bengals more than the Rams. It's pretty wild. I don't even, honestly, man, 36-31, I don't even know if it'd be that high scoring. It might be in the 30s. I feel more of a 28-30. It's like something like this, 30-27. I don't think it's gonna touch 40s. We'll see though. Like, I think if the Rams can break down the Bengals defense, then it's possible. They can hit 40s, but I don't see it going too much higher than that.
writer Grant Gordon and MJD were close behind. Colleen Wolfe came in third. Should be noted, MJD and Mark Dolgarian had Rams games right most often, and Dolgarian picked Bengals games right the most in our group. Hey, another hearty thanks to all those who watch these each year. I am lucky to do this. Reading what everyone says is my favorite part, even if it's someone calling the analyst an idiot. I take offense to that, by the way. I am not an analyst.
So I like how you did that. Yeah, I'm with you. I see what you did.
But thanks for riding along this season. NFL football is still the best.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
All right, let's take a look at stats. Also, the Bengals did have more rushing yards than the Rams. Okay, they're both pretty close though. But yeah, they did. 4.5 yards to carry versus 4 yards to carry. Okay. I give you that. I give you that one. Ramsey couldn't lock up Evans. That was pretty wild. I ain't gonna lie. That was wild. But if I had to put money on one game, it's one game down to the wire. I'll take Ramsey right now. But hey, this is gonna show me. It's gonna show me if he's really, you know, like the best for real. And if he is, and he still gets worked by Jamar Chase, that just tells me we're in an era of cornerbacks that's just not. He could be the best, but this era of cornerbacks does not match up to the previous era with Darrelle Revis and all of them, and you know, Champ Bailey and Nnamdi Asomugha. It don't match up. This era don't match up. This era is it's a little watered down because it was actually legit shut down. You know, I'm kind of disappointed that what's his name, Jair Alexander missed this year too, because I like him a lot, honestly. But we'll see what happens with the Packers next year. All right, let's see. What was the? I'm trying to remember that website, bro, that I used. I'm looking at stats. Rushing offense, rushing yards per game, just regular rushing. Probably wasn't this the website. Might have been ESPN. Regular season. Okay, so Rams specialty, obviously passing the ball. Bengals is the same. When it comes to running the ball, they in the same category, so it's not really too much there. Now when it comes to defense, obviously Rams, a lot of turnovers. So they're doing really good in that aspect this year. Let's see, passing yardage giving up this year. Bengals are one of the worst, but Rams not too far from there either at all. So that's pretty wild. So when it comes to yardage, they both not just elite secondaries, they solid. Okay. And then let's see, rushing defense. Bengals have a good rushing defense. Oh, and these two teams actually match up well. That's crazy. They back to back when it comes to rush defense, and they both top 10. It's 5 and 6, so they match up very well. Let's see, turnovers. That could be the biggest thing in this one. Let's see, takeaways. Turnover differential for the, let's see who's first. Rams. They're not too far. +2 and then 0. They're not too far. But I mean, that's gonna be the biggest thing here. I don't know, man. Let's see who can convert, keep the ball, all that good stuff. 13 interceptions to 19 interceptions. Total takeaways on defense. Rams have 25. Bengals have 21. There's like a slight edge to the Rams for me. It's not huge. It's almost like how the Bengals and the Chiefs were. There was a slight edge. Like when I put out predictions, that's how I feel about this. What's up, Roland? If Chase goes off, then Ramsey isn't that good. Chase is a rookie. That's my perspective on it. That's what I'm saying, bro. I feel like if Chase can go off and he's not shut down or he's not held under 100 yards, that just tells me Ramsey is good. He could be the best corner in the league. It's all arguable. Somebody could say Jair. Somebody could say, there's a lot of good corners out there. It's all opinion based anyway. But it just, to me, that it makes me feel like this era of cornerbacks is a little watered down. Who would you pick on the Rams to cover Chase? Double coverage. I would put Ramsey on Chase, and then double cover T Higgins. That's what I would do. Ramsey he said put me on a number one receiver. I'm gonna trust him. You know what I mean? But if we feel like that's not it, then we just flip flop it. You know, switch it up, and then you still gotta watch out for Tyler Boyd as well. So we'll see. But I would start the game off with Ramsey on Chase and double cover T Higgins, and I just keep Ramsey on him the whole game. If he get cooked, he get cooked. That's what it is. If he But I like in my head, I'm assuming that Ramsey's going to shut him down. So we'll see. Only time Chase is going to go off is when Ramsey isn't on him. It put him in a slot. They need to be coming up with game plans right now. If he's in a slot, all right, we need it to be where you're in a huddle to where you can break out. You following him the whole game. I don't know, but the thing is, they don't do that normally. You know, like Ramsey follows a receiver the whole game, so it'll be a huge adjustment to their overall defense. And I don't know, we'll see. I mean, they got 2 weeks. They had 2 weeks to plan, so we'll see. Saying Ramsey isn't that good is dumb. Chase goes off is not because Ramsey isn't that good. I mean, Chase had a good game, respectable. My car person, nah, not really, bro. He's an elite cornerback. Ramsey is on his own tier. T. Higgins can be better than Chase, in my opinion. I wouldn't double cover anyone on the Bengals, honestly. How would you do it? Because, I mean, you can shift coverage. But again, yeah, it's like it's tough because you still got a receiver. It's still always somebody else to worry about. That's how it is. There's always another receiver to worry about. So, because they got three threats, 3 real threats. So, Chase would be the only one, but you can put Jalen on them first. That's why I would start the game off with Chase matched up with Jalen 1-on-1. I don't think Boyd and Higgins are that good to where they need to be double covered. I think T. Higgins is pretty nice. I think obviously if you have an elite cornerback matched up with him, I would trust my corner. But if you have a corner who's just, you got an average corner, T. Higgins gonna take advantage of him. And that's what it is. There's not a bunch of elite or good corners in the league. You got some, but majority of corners are gonna be average and below. Thank you, Matt. What's up, man? How's it going? But I think he can take advantage of some corners. I think Darius Williams can lock him up. Darius is pretty nice, but I don't know. It's I gotta see, man. Actually, let me check out PFFs. Because PFF, they do really good analysis on stuff like this. PFF. Super Bowl. Devin Hester snubbed. What are they talking about Devin Hester for? Snub for what? Impact player injuries. Tyler Higbee is questionable. Oh, so Tyler might play. Robert Wood obviously out. Fuller out. Tutu Atwell out. So Tyler Higbee might play. That'll be wild. CJ Uzomah might play. That'll be wild. Okay. Who do y'all think have better linebackers between the Bengals and the Rams? I'm actually kind of surprised about that. Power rank defense first. I'm definitely gonna get PFF next year or next season. Rams have the odds right now. And the 4 is pretty good. Founders bad. There you go. Everything good, man. Everything good. The cornerbacks quarterbacks are good enough. If the Rams kept Kenny, I say it's the Ram. If you can run man, makes defense so much easier. Devin Hester not making the Hall of Fame. They're like, oh, he didn't make the Hall of Fame. Oh, he gonna make it. That's how it goes, though. He may not get it the first time around, but he'll make it. 2 teams that pass and stop the pass. No, that's not what it said according to stats. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the I'm gonna stick with the Rams. I'm ranking the best Rams and Bengals players in the Super Bowl. Top 53, Aaron Donald, Rams, Joe Burrow, Cooper Kupp, Jalen Ramsey. They got most of them. You got to sign up. Oh, man. They're going to get me. I ain't going to lie. I like PFF as a website. They're going to get me. But, yeah, I think I'm going to end this there. So, I'm going to roll with the Rams on this one. Notice predictions was a little bit unconventional, but I wanted to do it on Twitch this week. So, yeah, man.